The people from Venezuela all around the world are actually celebrating that Maduro has been taken into custody. Everything they're doing is for an economic interest. They invaded a country, kidnapped the leader.
They created intelligence packets that tracked Venezuelan President Maduro's movements down to the hour.
Now they're going to put a leader that they like. Of course, this time I agree because Maduro was not a good guy. But also, I understand that Donald Trump is not a hero.
What about people who say you're only interested in the Middle East for oil?
What? Huh? Oil? Who said something about oil, bitch? You cooking?
Welcome to another episode of the Dominican News. Happy New Year for everyone. You know I love you guys. I wish you the best year of your life. Today, I want to talk about Venezuela. I don't know if you remember, but about a month ago, approximately, I talked about the situation in Venezuela. So I told you that the US, they were moving an incredible amount of military resources around Venezuela and in the Caribbean. And they were actually shooting boats, and they were like preparing for war. Now, just in case you don't know, Venezuela is ruled by technically a dictatorship, right? And the head of that dictatorship is Nicolas Maduro, who was actually removed from power 2 days ago, yesterday, I think it was, on the 3rd of February, correct? So Maduro has been in power for many years, and he actually does the elections. They do the elections, but that's like a drama, and he wins all the time, even though the whole country, they don't want him, but still he wins. Now he and all of his allies has been accused by the United States of America of narco terrorism. It's a cartel. The name of the cartel is El Cartel de los Soles. So that's a drug empire, according to the US. And Maduro and his allies and his people are the head of that criminal organization. So this is the excuse that Donald Trump actually took to do what he did on February the 3rd. Delta Force team, they went into Venezuela like a movie, like an action movie, one of those movies by Sylvester Stallone or those people. It's like a movie with a whole bunch of helicopters shooting out of the aircraft of the Venezuela air forces and everything. So that happened so fast, and I want you to see a couple of videos and a couple of reactions of the people. These videos were recorded by people from Venezuela. Probably the majority of you have seen those videos, but maybe some of you haven't, and I want you to take a look at it and see what happened here. The United States of America, actually, they did a tremendous job here.
Happy New Year. Bienvenido. Good night.
So, in my opinion, this is what I think. Venezuela is a very complex territory because it is surrounded by mountains, and there is in Caracas, which is the capital, there is a lot of buildings. So there could be a sniper anywhere. So let's say you are the Delta Force and you go into Venezuela. It is very difficult to accomplish what they accomplished. So in my opinion, obviously, there had to be someone infiltrated, one of those military guys, one of those soldiers from Venezuela betrayed Maduro and was providing information to the U.S. intelligence services, because that is the only way I understand that, because the way they went into the place, they knew exactly where he was, and he allegedly he has a bunker inside of his house, but he tried to get into the bunker, but he was not able to. And this is exactly what they did 36 years ago, on the exact same day, on February 3rd, when they did the exact same thing to Noriega in Panama. It's exactly the same thing. So maybe it was a coincidence on the date, but the same people, Delta Force, they already did that to Noriega in Panama. And if I'm not mistaken, the Delta guys are the ones that allegedly took bin Laden. So they definitely know what they're doing. The people from Venezuela all around the world are actually celebrating that Maduro has been taken into custody, and he is now in New York, according to what I've read and seen on international news. So he's in New York now, and I think he's gonna spend a long time in prison. Why? Number one, Maduro is not a 20-year-old guy. So Maduro is already a grown man. And if he spent 20 or 25 years in prison, he's going to come out either dead or very, very old. Because I'm sure he's going to negotiate with the American authorities. Of course, he's going to snitch everybody. Yeah, because his wife has also been apprehended. So he's going to negotiate so they can free his wife at least. But for that, I'm sure that he's gonna like snitch out everybody. He's gonna rat everybody out. I'm sure. This guy, he's like a clown, so he will definitely. When the American authorities tell him, look, you're facing 100 years, or give me information and I will give you 40 or 30 and I will free your wife. Of course, he's going to accept it. In the Dominican Republic, you have a lot of people from Venezuela. They were celebrating. You got people in all over the world celebrating that Maduro is no longer in Venezuela. So now, this woman right here, she is now the president of Venezuela temporarily. So Donald Trump's idea is this: the United States is going to stay, the military, they're going to stay in Venezuela to try to create the proper environment for a smooth democratic transition. So they're going to go to elections, and someone with a good relationship with the United States, obviously is going to be the one. But the most important thing here is they're going to keep all of the oil reserve of Venezuela. Keep in mind that Venezuela is one of the countries that has the most amount of oil in the world. We are talking about trillions of dollars. And the US is going to keep it. Donald Trump is going to keep it. So now the US kidnapped Maduro, or apprehended him, right? I thought they were gonna kill Maduro, but I never thought that they were gonna be able to get him alive. So that's why I'm a little bit surprised. Alive, and his wife. This is why I said that definitely the security details of Maduro, someone on a very high rank, betrayed him and provided privileged information to the American intelligence. That's the only thing. Venezuela, I think, is gonna restart again. This is what I think. In the meanwhile, the United States, now they're gonna take all of their oil and now they're gonna sell it. And I don't know I don't know if the cure is going to be worse than the cancer that they had, because now they don't have Maduro, but they don't have their oil. So hopefully they can get back on track, and that's what's going on. So the US did it again. They invaded a country, kidnapped the leader, and now they're going to put a leader that they like. Of course, this time I agree, because Maduro was not a good guy. But also, I understand that Donald Trump is not a hero. He's not. Everything they're doing is for an economic interest. Well, thank you very much for supporting the Dominican News. Thank you for subscribing. I love you all. Hit the like button. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.